What's up, everybody? It's your girl Sunshine, and today I am currently at home in my office, and I wanted to just talk to you guys about something that's on my mind, and I will probably sum it up in the title. But first, I would like to say that if you are new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you guys, if you're watching this video, make sure you subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you agree or disagree with anything that I am saying in this video, make sure you just comment below. So let's get into the video. Today I wanted to talk to the new drivers, whether you're fresh out of CDL school or you may have 1 or 2 years under your belt, or even 5 years, because this is my 6th year in trucking. And first, let me just get my little random speech out of the way that I want to cover before I start getting into the topics and bring you guys up to date. So I've been driving for 6 years now. I've done everything. There are different stages of trucking in terms of job levels. I've done company, local, company over the road, company regional. I've done solo. I've done team driving, a lot of team driving, dedicated routes, expedited freight. I've done so much in my 6 years. So I just wanted to give you guys that sum up. And now currently I have my own authority. I'm an owner operator. I have my own authority and I have my own trucks. So when you are in trucking, if you don't know, because remember you guys, I'm talking to the rookies or the unseasoned drivers. So don't be saying, we already know, Sunshine. Some of these people haven't been watching my video. But anyways, I'm an owner operator, which means that I am fully independent and I work for myself under my own business. The name of my business, if you don't know, is Highway Divas. So let's get to the point. I am completely independent. So that is from locals, I feel like local, solo to independent owner operator. I say this to say that to show you guys how I've elevated upwards in trucking. And now it didn't go in a straight line. Sometimes, because I actually started out backwards. If you go back to my first career in trucking, I actually started authority, company, owner operator, lease operator, all that stuff, and then maybe some company again, and then boom, owner operator again, then owner operator up under lease operator, leased onto a company, and then back to my authority. So that was pretty much a short glimpse of the timeline of my career in trucking. So it's not going to be a straight line. In fact, the trucking industry itself is a roller coaster of, it could be great for you or it could be extremely bad for you depending on what you do. So that's why I am making this video for you, so that you can know that even though the trucking industry is a roller coaster and we already got all this stuff going on with the COVID and the Rona, or as you guys call it, because the video, I don't want them taking my video, I'm gonna say the Rona. We have all this stuff going on, but let's see, how can we elevate? Because some of you guys want to elevate in trucking even through the roller coasters. How to elevate and not stay or be caught in the, I wouldn't say failure zone because that's harsh, but there can be a point in trucking where you just feel like no matter what you do, you are just not elevating, and that's the worst. Honestly, that's the worst thing that can happen to you in trucking, is for you to be getting the experience and time and everything. Because one, let's be real, trucking beats the crap out of drivers. Like, it will put so much wear and tear on your body. So if I'm gonna let the trucking industry beat me, I'm going to beat it right back. How do you beat it right back? First of all, when you get out of CDL school, the first thing that I was focused on, and this is based on my experience and what got me to where I'm at. First of all, let's say praise God, because I didn't get to where I'm at without him. So that's the first thing. Now, secondly, when I first got out of, got my CDL license, because I didn't even go to CDL school. So when I first got my CDL license, my first year of trucking, the main thing that I had on my mind is drilled into my head is no accidents, no incidents, safety, safety, safety. The reason why I had that drilled into my head is because that's the only way. First of all, I was riding in my own equipment and I was riding on low funds. So I knew that if I had those things, I would, one, mess up my license. And my ex who trained me, he drilled into my head, as long as you have this license and it's valid and it's active, you can always make money. This is a great career. You can get the license, you can fall back on it, you can go do something else, keep the license and jump back to it. And when I tell you, when I got into the trucking industry, I was freaking hooked on it from the jump. Like, I loved it. I'm from Detroit, by the way. So I didn't do like much traveling. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. So kind of this video is kind of like the Everest commercial. So anyways, trucking changed my life, and I want it to change yours, because now currently, if you don't know already, I feel like I've reached my goals in life, and there are more goals that I have to create more goals, because one of my biggest goals was to be able to get some property, get some a house and pay it off. You know, some people have different goals in trucking, and that's what all of this video is about. What, in order to level up in trucking, you have to truck with a purpose. You have to truck with a purpose. And in order to truck with a purpose, you have to set yourself up and plan, position yourself for that purpose. Because if you don't position yourself and don't position yourself, which I'm going to explain to you how to do that, then you won't complete that purpose. You won't complete those goals, or it will take you longer to get to those goals. So let's get into how we can level up in trucking, even when we are not on the same level as everyone else. So up to date, I'm fully independent, and I am also, my property, I own 12 acres of land. It's paid in full. I have a beautiful family. Everything is going great for me. Not to say that the roller coaster of trucking is gonna come knocking on my door. We've had breakdowns over this past week, and within a 2-day period, and spent over $3,000. That's trucking. But how to set yourself up to where even when the roller coasters of trucking happen to you, you can still elevate and keep going and level up through that. So one thing, get this in your head. As long as you have your CDL license and it is valid and clean, keep it clean, you will always get to the green. Valid and clean, get to the green. Okay? So next thing, how do we keep it valid and clean? You need to be so focused on keeping your license clean. No accidents, incidents. You need to be using those mirrors. You need to try and aim to be the most professional driver that you can be. You can express yourself and bring out your person. And one thing about the trucking industry, you can wear red hair, green hair, blue hair, violet. You can have tattoos. Might have felonies. You can have all this stuff. But when you get out here and get that license and somebody gives you a chance and give you an opportunity and you're starting off, the first thing you need to do is learn how to drive that truck. Before you try and go and get into your own truck, let's say you're a rookie, right? And if you're a rookie, and I know I started off backwards or whatever, but if I could rewind this or whatever, I would say when you're learning how to drive a truck, the worst thing that you can do is go and try and buy the most brand new truck, like a freaking truck that I probably can't afford. Like a brand new Peterbilt, or a brand new, what's expensive, like $100,000 truck. I would probably never do that as a rookie, because not to say that you're gonna tear up new equipment, but the chances of you actually hitting something or backing into something or whatever, which I didn't do in my first years of trucking, because I made sure I was get out and look, get out, brake, hit those brakes, unsure. I was so safety conscious and cautious. It was crazy because I wanted to keep my license clean. And that's one of the great things about women in trucking. I think we have more fear in us when it comes to safety. So that's what make us not better drivers, but it makes us more safety cautious. And sometimes fear is good because we want to keep our license clean and we want to do things the right way. So shout out to all the women drivers out there. Well, anyways, you want to keep your license clean and stay out of crap. Incidents, a lot of the stuff, and I know I'm sounding like the safety director, but a lot of the things that happen in trucking they really are preventable. I know truckers that have been driving for over 30 years, and they rarely, if they got into something, it was probably something so petty, like they had some trailers or something in a yard all bunched up together, and it was already a safety hazard to begin with, and they probably didn't one of them. And that happened probably like 15 years ago or 20 years ago, or when they first got into trucking. But after that, it's been smooth sailing. The only thing that's general that you probably won't be able to control in trucking would be like tires blowing, or if you just got some raggedy equipment that the company hasn't been keeping up with and the truck is failing, not you as a driver. But if you keep hitting stuff and jumping over curves and knocking stuff down and doing all that stuff, it's you, the driver. So the next thing, now that you know how to drive that truck and keep it at the top, at the front of your head, stay out of trouble, stay out of incidents, stay out of accidents, watch those mirrors, drill yourself. You are a professional driver, because when you stay out of trouble and you go to a company, they look at your driving history, and that will determine how they will pay you, what kind of equipment they're gonna put you in. And not that you really care, because I'm the type of truck driver, you can put me in a truck with a purple hood, a blue door, and an orange tires, and as long as you're paying me well, I do not care. I don't need the shiny Peterbilt. I don't need all that. My goals are not your truck, to look good in your truck. My goal is to make money so that I can get maybe my daughter's schooling paid for, or maybe I can pay off my house, which I've already done. What are your goals? Trucking with a purpose. What are your goals? So, not to look good. Bingo. That's it. Do not get too deep off into the chrome of the truck or the look of the truck. Honestly, if you want to elevate in trucking, you have to stay clean and focus on the green. Focus on the money. Don't focus on whether the company is treating you, they know you by name. I don't care if you call me Buttercup, Sunshine, whatever, while trucking. Pay me the money. Pay me the money. I work hard. I provide a service to you. I'm going to represent your company. I'm going to be professional when I'm showing up at these shippers and receivers. And at the end of the week, I need you to cut the check and pay me so that I can complete my goals. And that alone is a win-win situation. So let's get that name, not a number, number, not a name stuff. Throw it out the window and stay focused on your goals, you guys. Now, you know how to drive. Now it's time to level up to different levels in trucking. But how do you get there? You have to develop trust. And the only way that you can develop trust between yourself and the people that you work for is to show them that they don't need to trust you, as in, I'm going to give you my gold watch and don't do this, but they need to trust that you know only when it comes. Stop taking trucking so personal. Like, they want you to deliver their product safely, on time, no theft related issues, anything like that. So don't steal their product, don't sell their product, don't damage their product, deliver their product on time, on task, and on a mission. Make your money, save your money, get to the next goal. You are developing trust like that. The next thing you want to do so that you won't end up crying and complaining is you want to make sure, while you are a rookie, unseasoned company driver, is you want to treat that company truck like it's yours. I hear a lot of people saying, go get in a trucking company, get with the trucking company where you can tear their equipment up and learn and tear their equipment up, and then you can go buy your equipment. Let me tell you something. If you're tearing their equipment up, what makes you think you're not going to tear your equipment up? Okay? So that's not true. You want to treat their equipment like it's your equipment, because guess what? Besides the fact that you're tearing stuff up, karma, it comes back to you. And first of all, you don't know how to drive if you're tearing people's equipment up. You need to park the truck, because one day, how far do you want to go into trucking? And how many drivers, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get my experience in and I'm going to tear this company's trucks up, when you get to the level where you can be able to hire drivers, guess what? You're going to be hiring drivers with the same mindset that are going to say, I'm going to get in this truck just to get some experience, and I may get a few dents in their vehicle or all that, but hey, I'm going to get my experience where when I get my truck, I can treat it right. That's not right. That is just completely not right. You need to treat their equipment as if it was your own, especially if you are working for a smaller business, trucking business that really cannot afford for you to be tearing their equipment up. So you need to be very professional, and you need to have freaking, what is it, you guys? I'm brain dead for a second. Brain fart. You guys know what I'm saying. You need to treat their equipment as if it was your own, because one day you need to already have it in your head. If I want to be a business owner and have employees, I need to respect their equipment, because I'm going to get there. Now, the next thing to develop, and agree with me or disagree with me, when you're working for a company, the first thing they're going to do as a rookie driver, you're going to meet your dispatcher, And this person, you have to establish a relationship with this dispatcher. And this relationship could be, you could go to war with this dispatcher, or you could have the most loving relationship with this dispatcher. Now, how do you have the most great relationship with this dispatcher, even if you don't like them? Have you ever, it's called respect. How do you earn respect in trucking? Whether you like the dispatcher or you don't like the dispatcher. I've had a dispatcher where I could not stand. She would call me chick all the time. And it got on my freaking nerves. I'm like, okay, I've been called everything, but something about the word chick. And I think she added a to it, chica. And I was just like, whew, I'm not your chica. But that wasn't enough, because this lady knew how to dispatch me. But let's get to the point. When you meet your dispatcher and it's time for you to go on your first run, what makes you think that they're going to give you the first load? Your first load is going to be the best load that their company has. No, they have to see how you run, how you trip plan, how you do that. They have to you have to establish trust with them so that they can know that you are reliable with their top customers. And if you don't know how to trip plan or manage fuel or all of these things, it is going to show. The proof is, everybody knows that if action speaks louder than words. If you know how to get that load delivered there safely, no incidents and stuff, you are going to get the top freight. So if you are constantly getting into incidents and accidents and stuff, you might find yourself sitting at a truck stop waiting on a load with sad face all the time, because you are just not cutting it. You have to put yourself in their shoes. Remember, you're gonna be a boss one day, so put yourself in the boss's shoes and say, don't give him that product. Dispatchers are normal people. I am a dispatcher. I can sit. The great thing about me is that I do not sugarcoat. If you've ever driven for me, they will vouch for it and say, I do not sugarcoat anything. First of all, I deal with owner operators, but if I had to deal with company drivers, I would call them and be like, look, man, this isn't cutting it. I've had to tell people to bring me my truck and so many other things, or strip it or park it and I'll come get it. That's the best thing about being a driver myself. But because one thing, you're not going to tear up my equipment, which is why I don't have drivers right now, because I can't do that whole setting right now. But anyways, they are not going to slam loads on you. Even if you are a great driver and you can prove it to them, you get with a new company, they're not gonna slam their best loads on you. You gotta put in the action and everything. Let me give you guys a quick example of what it means, or how I had to prove myself. I was driving a local lane, okay? I was pulling auto parts. And this was a job. It didn't pay much, so it's nothing to brag on. Honestly, for the amount of work that I was doing, it wasn't worth it at all. But the great thing about it is I was home daily. So we were pulling parts, taking it to the Chrysler plant. And I remember one time, mind you, I'm a female, predominant, everybody I worked around were guys. Older guys, different experiences. I was doing runs. They was putting me on a little sloppy, trashy runs, relays and everything, running it back and forth. But it didn't take them long for them to find out. One day, they had an emergency where the plant was about to stop. The clock was about to stop and the assembly line was about to stop. I was the only truck in the dock or coming in to get product. So they didn't just choose me. Honestly, if they would have known it was me without knowing my performance, they probably would have said no. But it was I was the only truck available. They threw the product on my truck. I mean, threw the racks on my truck and told me to go. I shot through traffic. I wasn't speeding. I shot through, coordinated, and everything. When I got to the plant, the supervisor was outside with doors open, telling me to get in the dock. I knew how, there were wrecks, all kind of stuff out there, and I knew how to back coordinate. I swooped up in front and whipped that S-curve into that dock, and boom, he said, hit the dock, hit the dock. I hit that dock. They snatched my doors open at the security gate. And usually, if you know you're delivering to Chrysler, you have so many stages where it's like, oh my God, I just got to get to the door. But when that line is about to stop, they don't care. They snatch the doors open, and you better be a great backer, because that line will stop. And that means the money is still flowing and the assembly is shut down. So, long story short, I hit the dock. I got a message through the Qualcomm system. It said, "Thank you, sir." And I'm like, excuse me? Sir? And I said, "That's ma'am to you." And they were like, "I am so sorry." But this all boils up to every incident after that. They always, the supervisor of the plant, the Chrysler plant, when they had an incident where that line was about to shut down, you know what they said? They said, "Send the little lady." They didn't remember my name, nothing, but they said, "Send the little lady." And when I tell you, I would go to the places, and the older drivers from different companies will be so mad, because they would be running outside telling them, "You got to get out the dock. You got to get out the dock. Let her in, let her in. Throw those racks on her, because she knows how to get down that road, get in that dock, and keep our money flowing." That is how you earn respect in the trucking industry. Actions speak louder than words. And I noticed that the little lady that they keep sending, it has to be something about the little lady. And it's not tooting my own horn, but I learned from the person that taught me how to drive trucks, is that if you do your job and your actions speak loud for you, and you can show these people that you can get this freight down that road, get it in the dock, and they can receive their check, they will. And it keeps happening. If you can show a consistency of that, and you're also staying out of trouble and out of incidents, they are going to load you with the best product. You can be the most inexperienced person. I only have 6 years experience, but I can tell you that a lot of the trucking companies that I've been to, mainly all of them, have loaded me with my little experience. Because when you go to those orientations and you talk to your dispatcher, and that is your most grand moment. You need to sell yourself, because you've already got the job, you completed the interview phase, but this person controls how you make your money. You don't tell this person, you need to cut straight to the chase. I have certain profit margins that I need. I don't care about how many kids you got, how many kids I got, all of this stuff. I'm going to tell you right when we have our meeting, "Hi, nice to meet you. This is what I can provide you. I'm great with time management. I am great with managing my fuel. I can make you guys a lot of money, but I know that I have to show you guys, and I have to, because actions speak louder than words. But once you see that I know how to get around and manage my time legally, I need you to make sure that I meet these margins." And honestly, if they know you can meet these margins, they aren't even going to, they either don't have the freight, or you really just suck. And that's just honest. They either don't. I had one company that I worked for, and I usually don't shout companies out, but I actually it's two companies that I always shout out, and that was TLI Transco Lines. I did dedicated team with them. Love them. I got pregnant and I had to stop working for them. But look at where I am now. So thank you guys for the opportunity. Another company that I have to shout out is LTI. I did like regional work with them, and they're out of St. Louis. I forgot, you guys. But when I tell you, they still send me offers to come back. When I tell you, they used to stack me with freight. One time, it was like 10 minutes on my clock, maybe even not that. And I would stop to get some freaking food and shut it down. And they were like, come hook to this load. And I could not say, I don't have enough time, because they knew that I was just so good with when I say my time stuff is down to the seconds, where I can pull up, park, and still not break my hours of service. I didn't even say anything. I said, all right, on my way. It was a frozen load. I mean, not a frozen load. It was a load of butter. They wanted me to just hook up under and run it, so that they could have a driver under it, and it needed to be delivered on time. So 10 minutes on the clock, I told them people, look, I'm going to be back, grab my food. I needed whatever, give me whatever you have. I'm hungry, throw it in the dish, I'll pay for it. And I need to go hook to this load, and I will use the company car. I parked, hooked up to the load, grabbed the company van, and went and got my food. So when your actions speak louder than you probably thinking, oh my gosh, we already know this, like that. No, you need to know that you know that you know this. You need to get your driving together. You need to get your time management together. Zero tolerance. Do not play with yourself. You need to be the best driver that you can be, because without this, you cannot get to all these levels of trucking that you're trying to go to, because these are the little things that make you more money. How can you save money when you don't know how to manage your fuel and calculate your costs, per mile and profit? How can you get to the point where you're a company driver to now you're talking on the phone with the shippers, negotiating the product? You got to take advantage of the moments while you are a company driver. Some of you will learn fast because you're good with numbers, and some of you are good with numbers and suck at driving. That's not gonna cut it. You need to get your driving together. You need to get your license, keep it clean, and you need to get to the green. You need to have zero tolerance and train up yourself to be the best driver that you can be, because when it comes time for you to run your own business and you're talking to these shippers and customers and everything, it will go no matter where you are in trucking, for a company driver to a owner operator under your authority. I learned that actions speak louder than words. Now, I have shippers calling me every single day. Brokers, shippers, whoever you want, they're all in the same group. We all work together in different. One day I'm talking to the broker. One day I'm talking to the shipper. One day I'm talking to a farmer. One day I'm talking to somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that can get me to the money, because they heard that there was a little lady that is about her business and that can get that product delivered, whether she's sending her or she's sending her fiance or she's sending whoever she needs to send. They are still saying, from the moment that I was a rookie, they are still saying, send the little lady. But now they're saying, send highway divas. That's what they are saying. So I want you to take yourself more serious, get your together, get your driving together. If you have 5 years under your belt and you're wondering why you're not doing stuff, you can't drive. Honestly, you can't drive and you can't time plan and you keep screwing up and now you're just sitting there just being a crybaby. And you need to just reevaluate your whole trucking right now and get it together. Because if you got it together, then they would say, send the little lady, And yes, I've had probably one incident in my trucking and it was passed. They safety cleared it. They said, this isn't even your fault. Everything was, it wasn't your fault. And it wasn't. But that's because I make sure that it's not my fault, okay? I make sure that I have my stuff together. I want you to get your stuff together and I want you to reevaluate your trucking goals, and I want you to truck with a purpose. If you're sitting in a truck and you don't have no life goals, then what are you trucking for? What are you trucking for? Are you trucking so you can make some money to get some headphones or to get the new to put some rims on your car and stuff? Where do you want to see? Trucking is going to beat the crap out of you. It's going to beat you down and you're going to look around and you're not going to have anything to show for. Do you want a $500,000 house or do you just want some land like me? I didn't say we had to have the same goals to shoot for. I just want you to have a purpose. I want you to write that purpose down, whether you write it in your head, and I want you to, even if you have to write it on a piece of paper and stick it to the freaking dashboard every day when you ask yourself, what is the reason why I'm doing this? Why am I grinding so hard? You need to truck with a purpose. Now, when you have a purpose, and when you complete that purpose and you complete that goal in trucking, you need to write another one down. I'm sitting here right now because I have the deed to my property, and I'm sitting here right now thinking, what is my next purpose? Why am I trucking? What is my next level in trucking? What is going on? Are we still trucking with a purpose? But let me tell you something. Not only are we trucking with a purpose, we are trucking with a praise. When you truck with a purpose and you grind hard and you meet all of your goals, now there is nothing you can do but praise. Praise God, because that is where Lord, don't get me to praise him, but praise God because he got us to where we are. But throughout the journey, we stayed focused and we sacrificed. I will give you guys another video, but this video is to get your stuff together when it comes to your driving and your time management and getting your incidents. If you already got incidents and you screwed up some stuff, then you need to try and go a long period of time with no incidents and stuff and get it together. Get it together or get the heck up out of trucking. Because one thing about me, I've always been a motivator and an influencer, but I have zero tolerance for people who don't take themselves seriously. So if you don't take yourself seriously, how can I take you serious? I say this all to say that I'm actually thinking about motivating some of you guys, but I wanted to give you guys just to let you guys know, if I do start motivating you guys and starting like mentorship program, know that Sunshine is not going to take you and baby you. I don't baby people. I have zero tolerance for bullcrap because I know that I've come from a long way and nobody gave me anything and nobody gave me a handout or helped me along the way extremely that I can say, oh, nobody can take credit for all the things that, the different levels that I've taken. We have worked so hard. So I expect nothing less from the person that wants to be either on the same level as me or surpass me. If you want to surpass me in trucking, you're going to have to bring your A game. You're going to have to come with it and know that Sunshine is going to whip you into shape. She is not going to beat around the bush. So if you wake up and your breath stinking and everything is just off track, I'm going to say, get it all together. Let's stay on the money. Get to the green. So let's start at the basics. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you agree, disagree with me, definitely comment below. I hope this motivated you. But make sure you guys stay safe out there and make sure you keep having them say, send the little lady. Please, peace, love, and deuces.